To hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You see, this is the one of the example here. That's why I asked everybody to join at least 15 minutes before the scheduled time. So if you won't join before the scheduled time, this kind of issues are there, means it is difficult to get into the class. Okay, so it looks like that there is some miscommunication happened about today's class. Some people didn't join today. A couple of people joined in late, right, yesterday. That's why I'm not seeing all the people here in the class. That's fine. Because this class is being recorded, I can be able to send the recorded video to all the people who are not able to join or who will join late. They will play the recorded video. Okay, now let me ask you a question about homework. Did you get a chance to start QTP homework? Anybody? QTP homework. Thank you, Gagandeep. Who else started that one? Gagandeep is able to start the QTP homework. Let me open. That's nice. At least you have tried. That is very nice. Okay, Gagandeep, you have two options, right, to install the software. Okay, please check the installation guide. Installation guide has all the steps, step-by-step procedure. You can use compressor one or full one. Either one is it will work great. It's not a problem. Full one, if you pick the full one, it will take more time to download. Night time, if you put select the full time, it may take 1 hour to download. Okay, let us get started. So this is what is today's date? Jan 5th. Jan 5th is not coming here. Okay, so where we stopped yesterday? Yesterday we have recorded. Yesterday we have seen some introduction on QTP. We have also gone through different types of licenses, and we also gone through what types of add-ins are there, automation approach, and we also recorded price reservation login, right? Okay, so I think there we have stopped. My manual test case is like this. Manual test case is compulsory to proceed for automation. Here is my manual test case. Open flight reservation application, enter username, enter password, and click on login button. This is a manual test case. Assume that I'm trying to automate only the login part. Okay. 1 second. Let me write today's date, Jan 5th. Okay, this was your homework yesterday. Install QTP on your computer if possible, and study the lab reservation sheet and reserve the lab to do the practical. Print UFT tutorial and study. Install TeamViewer version 11. I have sent you lab reservation sheet, right? In that instructions are there about how to install TeamViewer. Okay, assume that you have installed TeamViewer. 1 second, let me to open that Excel sheet for lab reservation. Where is lab reservation? Okay, I think I have sent you latest lab reservation sheet, right? So in that lab reservation sheet, you have the instruction about how to download the TeamViewer. From what link you have to download, I have given the details. Assume that you have installed TeamViewer, then how to access the lab remotely from your home computer. You can be able to access my lab and do the practicals, right? So let me to show you the procedure. Again, please note that this class is being recorded. If you miss any steps to log into the lab, just play back the recorded video. You can be able to recollect all the steps. Okay, the procedure to log into the lab, you see here you have QC partner ID, QTP partner ID I have given. So if you wanted to practice on quality center, for example, you can practice on QTP or quality center, right? If you wanted to practice on quality center, you can enter this partner ID and enter the password at the time of logging in. If you wanted to practice QTP, you enter this partner ID and this password. Okay, let me show you the procedure here. Open TeamViewer. As soon as you install TeamViewer, please click on TeamViewer available in your all programs. Once you install TeamViewer, come like that. So it will open. Then enter the partner ID. What is the partner ID? For example, if I wanted to practice on QTP lab, this is the partner ID, right? So let me to enter that here, that partner ID, and select remote control. Okay, and click on connect to partner. Then it will ask the password. What is the password? Get soft, GT, get SOFT soft. The partner, that password is here. I have given that password here. Okay. Enter the password and click on log on. Then you will be able to connect to the lab machine. This is the lab machine to practice quality center. Okay. So you can practice here. That's it. Now, if you wanted to log out, just close this quality center, this one, your view for TeamViewer. Click on that. Done. You are logged out. This is the procedure to access the lab machine. So once you enter the partner ID for QTP, if you enter QTP partner ID, you will come to this my lab machine available here. This is the lab machine for QTP. Okay. Any question about QTP access? The lab machine access, anybody? Okay. At the time of login, if you have any query, you should call me. Question from Mansoor. Can you show me how to use QC after login? Sure, definitely I will be able to help you with that, Mansoor. In quality center class, this is not the appropriate time to show you this one. However, if you set up one-on-one meeting, after playing the recorded video of the quality center, first, as I said, I am very, very happy to assist you to show the procedure about how to log into the quality center or any other query. But condition is that you must play the recorded video for at least one time. Play the recorded video for one time, then set up one-on-one meeting, then I will show you. Without playing the video, I cannot help anybody. Just I wanted to make it clear to all the people. Okay, so we are in the quality center, QTP machine now, right? Yeah, any TeamViewer version is fine, Mansoor. You can connect from TeamViewer 9, 10, 11, anything is fine. Okay, now let me to reopen QTP. Here I have the shortcut icon. Let me to double click on it. It will open QTP. I have clicked on, I did a double click on that shortcut icon available on my desktop. Then it will open the splash screen. Meanwhile, QTP will be loaded in the background. As I told you yesterday, it will show, it will try to ask us to install the license. Because I am using the trial version, don't try to click on install license. Just please click on the continue. Even though it asks you to install the license, don't click on that one. Now it's validating for the license whether it is installed here or not. Then it will give me the option to install the license or click on continue. So let us wait. In a few seconds it will display. Okay, great. Now I got it. Now click on continue button, and now it will show me the add-in manager. By default, we have 3 add-ins. What add-ins? ActiveX, Visual Basic, and Web. Okay, in yesterday's example, we are trying to automate flight reservation, right? Flight reservation that contains the ActiveX controls and Visual Basic, both. So let me to load only 2 of them, no web. I am not loading web add-in, and click on OK. Now it will open UFT. UFT screen, we will be able to open UFT in few seconds. Now I think yesterday I saved my script in some location, right? Where did I save? I think in my C drive. Okay. One second, it's still loading, right? It is not allowing me to open my C drive. Let it open. Still opening. First time, just I restarted my machine. So first time it takes more time to open the QTP. That's fine. It takes almost 2 minutes because my RAM size is not so great. It's just 3 GB RAM on virtual machine. So that's why it's taking more time. Still we have few more people missed here because of the miscommunication, I guess. Still opening. Oh. Okay. Now QTP is open. Okay, I wanted to open yesterday's script. Yesterday I have recorded a script for login and purchase a ticket, right? I want to open yesterday's script. How to open it? Just from the file, open test. File open test. Then it will show me the browse options. Still loading. Let us wait. Now, C drive, Madhu Jan folder. See purchase ticket. This is the test, right? Yesterday I have created purchase ticket as the test name. You see the icon. Please observe the icon of the, how the icon looks like that. GUI test. These are all the icons for the GUI test. Okay. Click on open. It is loading the test. Meanwhile, let me to tell you something. You people are calling me and sending me emails for doubts clarification. It's great. I strongly encourage all the people to send me emails or calling is excellent. But it is observed that, for example, I am driving. Okay, I am driving. You sent me message through WhatsApp, or you send me text message. Then what I will do, immediately I will read that, but I may forget to reply to that one. Right? If I see your text message, immediately I will read it. There is no option to mark it as unread, right? So I may not be able to answer your query. So text message and WhatsApp, if you communicate to somebody, they will definitely forget. So the best option is that to send email. If you send it, if they are in front of the computer, if I am in front of the computer, I can be able to answer. Otherwise, I can mark it as unread. If I mark it as unread, I can be able to answer later, right? So if it is a WhatsApp message or text message, I cannot mark it as unread. So there is a chance to slip your query. I may not be able to answer all the times. So that kind of danger is there. So best communication method is that email or call me or voice message. That is the best one. So try to avoid text messages and WhatsApp messages. Okay, thank you. So, okay, let me to explain you. Yesterday we have gone through this one, keyword view, right? Keyword view. Let me to click on toggle. I can be able to see the manual test case here. Perfect. Manual test case is here. Cool. And this is the test data. Whatever the values you are seeing here, this is the test data. What is test data? The value, whatever we input through the keyboard or mouse, that is called as the test data. You see, for example, here agent name Mercury, right? So you see, at the time of recording, it took some screenshots also. In the active screen, I am able to see the screenshot of the application. So here I am entering the Mercury in the agent name edit box, right? So it is saying that you have entered Mercury. After that, I typed tab to go to the password field. Okay. After that, I have entered the password. Okay. After that, I clicked on the OK button. After that, entered this value. Later, this one, you see, everything, whatever is done, those photos are captured exactly in the, as per the lines. Everything is captured. Okay, this is a, if you are not able to understand this test case, you can go through the screenshots. What was done at that time. You can be able to see that one. Similarly, in the coding also, let me to go to keyword editor view. So what is step number 2? What is the meaning of step number 2? I have placed my cursor at line number 2. Line number 2, line number 3, 4, 5, 6, line number 6. What is line number 6, for example? I am trying to click on OK button. You see, just if you are not able to understand this, what is the meaning of the line number 6? Just see the active screen. It is easy to understand, right? So what is the dialog? Dialog login. You see, this is the dialog login, and Windows button. Okay, Win button means it's a Windows application. Button type is the object type is button, and we are clicking that OK button. We have so many objects are there in this login. What are all objects? Agent name is one object, password is one object, this flight picture is one object, OK button is one object, cancel button is one object, help button is one object. Like this, we have so many objects are available in this application and the test. QTP works on the concept of object repository. What is meant by object repository? We will discuss in detail in today's class. Today's focus is that to discuss about object repository. Okay, what is line number 1? Line number 1 is nothing but opening of the application and the test. System-util.run. System-util.run is one of the command from VB scripting. Okay, in one of my previous yesterday class, I told you that I will be sending you just 20 commands, right? From the 20 commands, if you learn 20 commands, you can be able to understand QTP concepts, clear the interviews, and able to perform QTP job on a daily basis. Where are my QTP frequently used functions? Okay. So this is the notepad. I will send you all these 20 commands to all the people after the class. So first command is the system-util.run. Okay. If you are a automation engineer, one interview question for you. What is the command used to open the application? What command you use to open the application? Answer, system-util.run. That is the answer. If you wanted to know more about system-util.run, because you are applying for a QTP automation engineer position, you need to know how to study the help files. Okay, just please click on help file. Okay, QTP help file is open. System-util. Okay, system-util. Click on this display. You will get the details about system-util object. What is this system-util will do? This is an object used to control the applications and processes during a run session. So here, run command, run method is used to run say file or application. Click on run method. Here is the syntax. So you did not understand syntax? Don't worry, because you are applying for a manual tester position, it is not required to know about syntax. If you are trying to apply for automation test engineer, QTP automation test engineer, you should know everything about the syntax. All the syntax you should aware. But however, I never gone through entire syntax, everything. Just for information purpose only, I always go with whatever is recorded by QTP. System-util.run. After that, give the location of the application and the test. In this location, for example, let me to open this location. C drive, right? C drive. I'm hitting enter button. I have copied up to app, So in this location, I'm trying to open flight 4a.exe. Flight 4a.exe. I'm trying to open here. That is the meaning of that command. Okay, however, QTP recorded this code. So there are two styles are there. You can write the code directly, or otherwise, whatever is recorded by QTP, try to understand that. Anything is fine. Okay, after that, question from Mansoor, do we need to learn 20 commands even if we are applying for a manual tester? No, not required. If your job title is manual tester, don't worry about coding. How to write a single line of the code, how to record the script, how to write the code, it is not required to know. As a manual tester, your job is that to open the QTP. What is your job as a manual tester? Open the QTP, open the test case. For example, yesterday I have recorded it, right? Who recorded it? Actually, in our company, QTP automation engineer recorded. Okay, so they will tell you, okay, Mansoor, this is the script for purchase a ticket. Then, if you are if you are a manual tester, open this and click on run button. That's it. Click on run button, and it will say that to run, right? Again, click on run. That's it. Done. That is your job. So what QTP will do? QTP will run that test. Yesterday, this was recorded by the QTP script is coded by QTP automation engineer. Your job is that to click on it and run it and see the result. If it is passing, that's good. If it is failing, report a defect. You say, I am not doing anything. QTP is executing the test. I am not executing it. Who is running? QTP is running the test now. If you are a manual tester, click on run button, go for coffee. Once you come back from coffee break, QTP will show you the test result, whether it is passed or failed. If it is passed, you are good. If it is failed, open a defect. That's it. That is the job of manual tester. Okay, so it will open the result file. We have executed, right? We have executed. Now it will show the result file in few seconds. Okay, you see that showing that passed, right? And still it is loading. This is the result file. Still it is loading. 1 second. Second, here somebody modified okay, result details. Okay, see, it's showing that test is passed. If it is green, you are good. Test case is passed. If it is not green, you will report a defect to the software developer. Okay, let me to show you again. If you are a manual tester, okay, let me to close QTP also again. Okay, I am trying to open QTP. Assume that I am a manual tester. What I have to do? I have to open QTP, showing the procedure again about how to open the QTP. In your company, real-time license will be installed, right? You need not to click on any of them. Okay, no need to worry. These add-ins also, don't worry about what type of add-ins you need to load. Need not to worry. If you are a manual tester, you need not to worry. You select everything, it's not a problem. It will load automatically. At the time when you open the right QTP script, it will load the required add-ins only. That's not a problem. Select anything and it will open QTP in couple of seconds. Oh, you are not aware of what is the test script name? Call QTP engineer. Okay, QTP engineer, tell me what is the test case name for purchase a ticket. But your QTP automation engineer will tell you what is the file name. Okay, where you have saved? Oh, I saved it in C drive, Madhu folder. Okay. Now let me to open it. I am a manual tester. I am opening the test now.
How can I increase the sound?
Now, this is my folder, right? Wow. Yeah, this is my Icon C drive. Hi Madhavi, are you able to hear me? You can purchase ticket. Sorry. One second. It's C drive, right? Okay, let me to browse again. Madhu Jan 4th is the folder name. Select. Oh, I think. Oh, it's new test. Sorry, I'm trying to open new test. Okay, let me to open file new. File open, not new. I'm by mistake. I'm going to the file new. Let me to open a file. File open. File open. Okay, this is a C. My automation engineer told that it is there in C drive Madhu Jan 4th, right? Okay. Select purchase ticket and click on open. It is opening the QTP file. Who recorded this script or who automated this script? Automation engineer. Okay. I am a manual tester. I am clicking run button. Click on run again. I am done. My job is completed. Now the remaining job will be performed by the QTP. QTP tool is running the test. What it is doing? It will open the flight reservation application, entered username, password, and it is opening the flight reservation application. Flight reservation application opened. It is entering the date, fly from, fly to, selecting the flight, and enter the passenger name and clicking the insert order. If you want, you can do that babysitting. What is meant by babysitting? At the time of running the script, you can sit in front of the computer and watch whatever is being done here. Here one question from Shibu is trying to give a joke for us. In real time, they only say path. They will not test you. Yeah, you are right, Shibu. You know, there are developer, QTP automation engineer may not tell you exactly where they have saved. What Shibu is telling is that in real time, if you ask QTP automation engineer about the location of the script, where you have saved the script, they may not tell, right? So for that, if they are not telling you properly, you can ask for a walkthrough. Hey, automation engineers, I am not able to understand what you are talking. Could you walk through how to run a script? You can ask. Assume that you have 5 years of experience with the QTP scripts running. QTP scripts running, you have 5 years experience in the previous companies. But today you joined in a new company. In new company, you are not aware how to run the QTP scripts. Then ask for a walkthrough. Automation testing engineer will walk through how to run the scripts. Because you are facing difficulty to identify the script. At what location it is saved? It is saved in a file system like C drive, or it is saved somewhere in the quality center. And some companies use quality center also to save the script. In tomorrow's class, I will show you how to save the same script in quality center and run from the quality center. So as a manual tester, you should be aware how to run a script from file system. File system means, C drive or some other network drive. Number 2, how to run a file from quality center. QTP script is saved in quality center. How to run the script from quality center, you should be aware. Okay, that will be explained not tomorrow. Day after tomorrow class, I will explain you that one. First 3 days basics. From 4th day onwards, I will explain you the advanced topics. Okay, so here script is executed, right? So as a manual tester, you have to analyze the script. In the case if it is failed, just okay, it is opening the flight reservation application here. You see it entered username Mercury. Password, are you able to understand this password? No, right? What is the password is entered? This is the password entered. It is encrypted. For security reasons, we should not show the password. After that, it clicked on OK button, and it also entered all the details. Okay. Exactly whatever is done, it's showing there here in the result file. It's good. Now test is passed. Due to some reason, if test is failed, it will show failure. I will show you the failure reasons, how to analyze the failure. Today we are starting with positive tests only. This is a positive test here, right? So we are supplying valid data and valid procedure we are using now. So that's why it is a positive test. Down the line in our future classes, we will be learning about how to analyze the scripts if you are a manual tester. Of course, QTP automation engineer title should know how to write the scripts. The objective of this class is that first week focus is on manual tester. Second week onwards focus is on the advanced topics if you are applying for a QTP automation test engineer. Okay. Now I will show you one document, one PowerPoint presentation I will send to all the people. I know that a couple of you guys have joined late here today, or this is your first day of the class. Yesterday you did not join, some of you guys. Today is the first day. So I will send you the recorded video of yesterday's class also. Just play that recorded video so that you can be able to understand all the concepts. And set up one-on-one meeting if you did not understand any of the concept. Okay, so this PowerPoint presentation I will send to all of you guys after the class. This is a very good fundamentals are captured in this one. I will be covering all the topics from this PowerPoint presentation down the line in the next 5 weeks. However, I would like to explain you with first slide today. Oh, tightly showing QTP 9.2 basics. Oh, 9.2 basics we are learning, or what version we are learning? What QTP version we are trying to learn here in the class today? 11.5, right? 11.5 version we are learning. But I prepared this long back, almost 7-8 years back. I prepared this PowerPoint presentation. So at the time, QTP 9.2 was there in the market, but basics are same. Basics never change, even though just version is changing, but basics are still the same. That car driving concept is same, right? Whatever may be the car model, make, year, driving concept won't change. So that's why I'm still using the same old PowerPoint presentation. Okay. QTP works on 3-layered architecture. We have 3 layers: layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. Are you a manual tester? Don't worry to understand this one. This concept you need not to worry. If you are an automation test engineer, yes, it is required to understand. Okay, so here the code, whatever I have documented, recorded, that is the code, right? This code, whatever you are seeing here, this code is nothing but this one. For example, point number 2 onwards. This is the code. Just I wanted to explain a small piece of the code, 3 lines of the code here, with the help of this 3-layered architecture. First layer, we have the QTP code. Second layer, we have the object repository. What is meant by object repository? Object repository stores the properties of the object. Here, all the object properties will be saved. Why we need to store the objects in the object repository? QTP is popular because of this object repository concept. In Selenium, there is no object repository concept. That's why Selenium coding is very tough comparatively QTP. QTP coding is very easy comparatively Selenium. The reason is that object repository. How object repository helps us? For example, here we have, how many people are here in the class? 15 people are here. If I ask somebody to say that if I call somebody, okay, Harpreet, if I call Harpreet only will respond. Okay, yes Madhu. Who will respond? Only Harpreet. Why? Here 15 people are there. Only if I call with Harpreet only will respond, because that person has a name. Every person has some unique name. If not unique, that will be with some surname, last name. And again, if same name, two people are there, Harpreet name, two Harpreets are there. Again, I need to match last name to identify a unique person. Oh, again, last name is also same. In a big conference room, I have two Harpreets are there. Both have the same last name. Oh, then how to identify who is the right Harpreet? Then I will go with, if somebody asks me to call Harpreet. Okay, well, where is Harpreet? So to identify the person, I need to ask, I need to identify the height of the person, or, color, that complexion, or shirt color, or some other unique identification I use to identify that particular person. That means to identify a person, I need to have the properties of the person. In a big conference room, I have so many people. To identify a person, I need to know the properties of the persons like name, first name, last name, height, and other physical properties like what type of dress that person is wearing today, color. So many things I need to identify first. If there are with the same name, so many people are there, means I need to have this kind of information. So here QTP also try to identify the objects based on the properties. So why QTP need to store the object? Okay, here I have calculator. Calculator is open on my screen. Flight GUI is open here on my screen. So line number 2 here in the script is saying that, hey, enter value Mercury, set or enter value Mercury in agent name box in the dialog login. I have two applications are open here on my screen. Which one I need to enter the Mercury value? This one, this application, or this application? QTP has a confusion. Both are made of VB. Now, which is the right application? Oh, then it will go and check what is that first one, dialog login. Okay, it will go and read. Where is my login dialog? Oh, okay, this is a dialog login. This is calculator, right? So, hey, this is not the right application. I need to enter in this application. Okay, fine. What is the next one? Windows edit box. Windows edit box. In agent name, enter Mercury. Okay. Here I have two edit boxes are there. What are the two? First one is that agent name, and second one is that password. Two edit boxes are there. In which edit box I need to enter? In which edit box? This one or this one I need to, in which box I need to enter the Mercury? Oh, then it will go and read, okay, this is the Windows edit box, agent name. Okay, fine. Here, then it will enter Mercury, value of Mercury here. So, here, initially, it will try to read the first few letters in the first word in the code and try to read the name of the object. First, it will try to compare the values saved in the object repository. What is object repository? Here, 1 second. I think somebody modified the settings. 1 second. Okay. I have clicked on view and toolbox. To see this one, I have clicked on tools and view toolbox. I got this pane. Okay. Here in the login, one second, not the toolbox. 1 second. Okay. So there are multiple ways are there. Okay, let me to show you something. In the menu resources, there is something called object repository. Actually, object repository should display here because of some settings change by somebody who is doing the practice. I am not able to see that those settings object repository here. But however, through some other workaround, I am able to open the object repository. Click on object repository here. It will open the repository. What do you mean by repository? Repository is a kind of database. In that database, all the properties of all the objects will be saved. It's still loading it. Now this is the object repository. In this object repository, for example, this is the login screen. So this is login screen. This is the name of the screen. And the class type is that dialog. If in the VB class name is that Visual Basic class name is that dialog. What is that dialog? So this is called as a dialog. The box, this complete application and the test is the dialog. Okay, so the text value is that login. The dialog text value is that login. That's what it's saved. There are so many other properties are there. Don't worry to learn all those things at this time. If you are a manual tester or QTP automation test engineer, no need to learn all those things immediately. So next object is that agent name. Agent name, this is the edit box. The class type is that Windows edit box, and native class is edit. You can be able to edit this box, right? So that's why it's showing that native class as edit. If you see this one, flight reservation, mask edit box. What is mask edit box? Line number 7. It will correspond to line number 7. See, class type is ActiveX. Yesterday I told you that, right? I will be showing you how to identify whether ActiveX controls are there or not. Here, class type is ActiveX is stored in object repository. So, like this, all the objects, whatever I touched at the time of recording, please note, at the time of recording, again, at the time of recording, whatever the objects I touch and do some operation, then those object properties are saved here in the object repository. For example, cancel button is there. Cancel button, is it there in the object repository? No, cancel button is not there in the object repository. Only OK button is there, agent name is there, password is there. Cancel button is also object, right? But it is not there in the object repository. Why cancel button is not there? Because I did not touch cancel button yesterday. At the time of recording the script, I did not touch the cancel button. Similarly, help button is not there because I did not touch anything help button yesterday. So what is the meaning? At the time of recording, whatever the objects I touch and do some operation like set, operation like set or click, those kind of things if I do, those objects will be saved in the object repository. what is the purpose of saving the items in the object repository? It will try to, QTP will try to read the code and read the properties of the objects saved in the object repository. The physical description properties at the time of recording, at the time of the recording, all the physical descriptions are saved in the object repository. When we, at the time of running, if we ask QTP to enter Mercury value in this agent name box, initially it will go and read the physical description of the object and try to match those physical descriptions on the application under test. This is the application under test. So if this login, the login properties are matching with this login, then only it will try to act on this particular application under test. That means at the time of recording, again, at the time of recording, whatever the properties are there, those properties should match with properties of the application at the time of running. Recording properties are here. Recorded properties are here. Okay. Runtime properties are here. These are all the runtime properties. These are all the recorded properties. QTP will try to match the recorded properties with runtime properties. So otherwise it gets confusion, it may not be able to identify what is the right application I need to test and what right object I need to test. Are you confused? So no need to worry. Again, one simple logic. If object is not found in object repository, just note, if object is not found in object repository, QTP won't work. That is a simple principle. Try to catch that one. Let me to write down that. The running notes, I will send you the running notes, right? This is the principle. If object is not found in object repository, QTP is unable to identify the object. In application under test. Okay. So this is the core concept, but without object in object repository also, we can be able to ask QTP to work by using some coding called descriptive programming. In our future classes, we will learn about descriptive programming. In descriptive programming, we need not to have the object in the object repository. Even though object is not there in the object repository, QTP will work great. That is the power of descriptive programming. Manual tester, don't worry about that one. Question from Shibu. So, are we setting the properties? No, we are not setting any properties. QTP automatically recorded the properties of the object. At the time of recording, what are all the properties are there? QTP read those object properties and saved in the object repository. We are not doing anything manually. But sometimes we may need to set the properties manually. How to do that? We will learn all those things in our future classes. At this time, because it's our second day of the class, right? Yesterday only we started. Yesterday it was the introduction to automation and introduction to QTP, just recorded on some script. So we will learn other concepts in our future classes. Okay, today we already understand the keyword view and expert view, right? And now let us see how to understand the result file and understand the object repository. This is our goal. Object repository, let me to do it again. Initially, it will try to read the value, it will try to read the code. As per the code, it will try to identify the respective object in the object repository and read the physical properties at the time of description, and these physical properties will be matched with actual application and a test. Both are the same. It will do the required operation like set mercury. Okay, it will set the mercury here. There are multiple object repositories are there. Local object repository, shared object repository are there. We will discuss those styles in our future classes. So up to here, any question about object repository? Anybody? Question from what is the syntax for the command? Okay, here help system util object, right? System util dot object is the command here. System util dot run. This is the syntax. Syntax means the how we have to. In case if you are writing the code, object. What is the object name? System util. System util is the object. Dot run. System util dot run. File name. That means the location of the file. So this is the location of the file. Okay. This is we are trying to open this file. Flight4a.exe. This is a executable file. So that is a file name we need to give. So up to here, just learn it. Within the bracket, they are all optional. Optional are not required. So mandatory things is we have to give up to file at least. Again, if you are interested only for QTP automation, then only try to learn syntax. Otherwise, no need to worry. If your target job is manual tester, it is not required. Okay, now let us try to understand the result file. Okay, result file, I think I have shown you, right? Whether it is pass or fail, you can be able to see the, if it is a pass, it will show pass, otherwise fail means failed. So I think we already discussed this one, right? So we learned, we understand results file, understand object repository design. Next, one of the interview questions for QTP automation engineer. What is the file extension for GUI test? Currently, we have automated GUI test. The test type is that GUI. GUI means graphical user interface. Front-end test, we did it, right? What is the file extension? .tsp. What is that .tsp? Okay, let us see that one. Where I have saved my file? I think I saved in C drive Madhu folder, right? C drive Madhu Jan 4th I saved. Is it the location I saved? Yeah, I think. Oh, where is my test? Oh, purchase a ticket. It is shown as a folder. Oh, you see? It is shown as a folder, not the file. Okay, let me to open the folder. What is there? Oh, okay. In this folder, so there I'm not able to understand. What are all those? All the folders and so many files things are also there. Okay, that's fine. We'll try to learn, what are all those things. And let me click on action 1. Okay, action 1 is there. See, this is a file BDB object repository, database. DB means database, object database, objects database file is here, object repository is saved here actually. In the snapshots, you have the active screen, you are seeing so many photos, right? The active screen I have shown you a few minutes back. These photos, these kind of photos are saved in the snapshots. Okay. And my resource file, that is, we will discuss that later. My script is here, I guess. 1 second. Is it my file? Why is script is shown like this? MTS. So let me to right click and open with. Where is it? Open with. Okay, open with. Notepad. I am opening with Notepad. Click on OK button. Oh, this is the script. This is the code, right? This is the first line. System.util.run. See, if I wanted to open the script from file system, if I wanted to open the script from the file system, it will appear like this. No, that will appear like this. It is not readable. You see, these are all, I think this double at, this is related to the screenshot part, I guess. Next at referring to the screenshot path. A little bit of confusion, right? Don't worry, because you are not applying for automation engineer job. Okay, so here in my folder I have, actually this is the purchase ticket is the test case. In this test case is saved as a folder. In this folder I have so many things are there. We will be learning all those things down the line. There's something like parameters, USR file, config files, and this one for data table. We will be discussing about what is meant by data table in our future classes. And action 1, action 0, so many things are there. So if you are applying for QTP automation engineer job, you need to understand everything, whatever you have this one. That's why yesterday I have shown you that 3000 pages document, big document, 3000 pages. Have you received that yesterday? No? I will send you that today, because yesterday my file size, email file size was exceeded, so I didn't send that 3000 pages document. Today I will send you that one. You need to practice that entire 3000 pages document if you are applying for a QTP automation engineer job. So 3000 pages you need to learn, right? Yeah, because you are lucky, because you are not going for Selenium. If you go to Selenium, it is not 3000, more than 10,000 pages you need to study. Okay, so let me to close QTP again. I am closing QTP. Where I have saved my script, this is my script. To open a script, I cannot open from the file system. This is the file system. File system, it is not possible to open. So what is the procedure to open the script? First open the QTP. The procedure is that first open the QTP. I am trying to open QTP. QTP is still opening. Okay, QTP is open. From the file menu file, open test. Okay. You see here so many file types are there. So you wanted to open GUI test or API test? I think GUI test. What is API test? Again, this is another specialization in QTP. Again, please note that QTP is a big version. Within QTP automation, multiple specializations are there. GUI test, API test, mobile test, another test. So if you work as a GUI test automation engineer, you cannot work as a API test automation engineer, because API test needs some other specialized skill. I am not covering API test in my classes because that is a separate course. API test is a separate course, separate job title. What is the job title? API test automation engineer. Job title is that API test automation engineer. Then only you need to learn API test. Otherwise, regular QTP automation engineer, stick to GUI test. What is the GUI test extension? .tsp. That's what my interview question. What is the file extension for GUI test? .tsp. So let me to filter based on the TSP. Oh, this is a purchase ticket. Okay, click on open. Now I will be able to open the script here. This is the procedure to open the QTP script. Okay, I will click on action 1. In action 1, you can see the code. So never try to open from file system. From here, you cannot directly open a file. That QTP file you cannot open directly from here. That won't work. Okay. Any question on about how to open a file? What is the structure of the file saved in C drive or file system? Again, just giving you some basic concepts only. Nowhere in any institute, nobody will give you entire complete course, but 80% coverage only will be there in any training institute, anywhere. Remaining 20% will not be covered throughout the world, anywhere. So the basic or core concepts only will be explained here. Question from Madhavi, where I can find the UFT 11.5 tutorial? Actually, I sent that in yesterday's mail. However, Madhavi, I will forward you yesterday's email. Please check your email. I will send to you after class. Sometimes my email will go to spam. Please check in your spam also. If it is not there, please call me. And again, before joining class tomorrow, please try to play the recorded video of yesterday's class. Yesterday's class and today's class is played, then you can be able to understand class tomorrow. Okay, fine. Okay. You will hear this word at our workplace, unattended execution. What is meant by unattended execution? Unattended means no need to do babysitting. What is this? Assume that you have 200 test cases. In our regression test class, manual testing regression test class, on Sunday, we discussed that we have 200 test cases to run. The standard or critical test cases, there are 200 are there. So how to run one after one, test 1, test 2, test 3, like this, you need to run 200. How much time is required to run all the 200 test cases? Maybe 2 hours, because QTP is running quickly, right? It may take some time. It may not happen in just less than 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So assume that the scripts are running for 2 hours. Is it required to sit in front of the computer while scripts are under execution? If you are sitting in front of the computer all the 2 hours, it is called as a babysitting. Do you want to monitor what is happening? No, not required. Just click on run button, go away for lunch, come back and see the result for all the 200 tests. Or some companies do the nightly execution. What is nightly execution? Okay, night time you will be running. Okay, you will instruct quality center. You assume that in your company you have quality center and QTP both. You will ask quality center to run the scripts night time. You can schedule the runs. In QC, you can schedule that, okay, QC, night 10 o'clock, please run the QTP scripts. You can instruct like that. You can schedule like that. Scripts will be executed as per the scheduled time. That is called the nightly execution if you are trying to run them night time. Why we need to run them night? Because daytime you don't want to disturb licenses. You have licenses problem. Yesterday we discussed about licenses, right? If no licenses are available, you can ask to run night time. So that is called the nightly execution on unattended test. If you are a manual tester, you should know how to schedule QTP tests in QC. And next day morning, go to workplace next day morning and see the result in QC. We'll discuss that, how to do that one. Schedule run means in quality center, set up QTP execution date and time. We'll be learning that on 4th day. Okay guys, any questions up to here? Question from Madhvi. Is there any good site for automation interview question? Excellent, Madhvi. I will give you all the question and answers through email. One attachment I will send you for QTP interview question and answers. Okay. Tomorrow we will understand how to set the checkpoints. What is checkpoint? Checkpoint is used to compare the expected result and the actual result. If you are a manual tester, how you do the manual test execution? You are comparing the expected result and the actual result. If both are same, you will say the test is passed, right? If expected result is equal to actual result, you will say that test is passed. Otherwise, test is failed. Same thing we need to do with the help of QTP also. You need to compare the expected result and the actual result. Then that is called as a checkpoint. Checkpoint feature is available in the QTP. Tomorrow we'll discuss about checkpoint. What is tomorrow's date? Jan 6th. Okay, what other topics? Record and playback. For any script, initially we have to do the record and playback. If that is working good, then only start doing the customization of the script. Procedure, I think in yesterday's class we have discussed about automation test approach. Yesterday I sent you this notepad to all of you guys, right? Record test case, playback the test case, then customize the code. This is the sequence. So we have recorded a script yesterday, playback today, customize the code will be discussed tomorrow. One of the thing is that we will be inserting the checkpoints. There are multiple ways are there to insert the checkpoints. One is that inbuilt QTP features for checkpoints. Number two is that customized code. Question from Madhavi, do we use record and playback button in real-time work? Yes. If you are a QTP automation engineer, you should do the record and playback. After that, point number 10 here. Point number 10, customize the code. This is the key part. Record and playback, I will show you in first week. Basics. Record and playback comes under the basics. Customization of the code, that means the writing of the code, comes under the advanced topics. We will discuss from the second week. But however, without basics, you cannot go for the advanced. In real time, this is the procedure that, even if you have 10 years of QTP automation experience, assume like this. You have 10 years of the QTP automation experience, then you have to do record and playback. Why you have to record? To save the objects in the object repository. If you give the objects in the object repository, you must do that recording. Without recording, you cannot be able to do the customization of the code. Okay. After customization, we will save the test cases in QC or file system. Okay. And execute the test cases. Generate the reports. We will discuss about how to generate the different varieties of the reports from quality center. There is one topic called metrics. What metrics means, generation of the different varieties of the reports from the quality center. How to do that? We will check in our future classes. So this is the automation testing approach. So we are learning flow by flow, one by one. Question from Veena. Question Veena Veena is asking to send the documentation. Actually, Veena, I sent it to everybody. I am not sure whether it's checked in spam folder or not. Double check in your spam folder. If it is not there, send me an email or send me some other alternate email. All of you guys, if you send me some other alternate email ID, I will send to both the mails because I am sending email to multiple people, right? So what happens? Your email service provider may not deliver to everybody. They may send it to spam folder. So please send me reminder mail. First you check in the spam. If it is not there, please send me reminder mail. If it's still not there, then send me alternate email ID. Okay. In tomorrow's class, we will also see how to execute simple VB scripts. VB script, Visual Basic Script, is an executable file. VBS is an executable file. So how to learn coding without QTP. Without QTP also, assume that there is no QTP on your computer. Without installing QTP, you can learn VBS coding. That is very, very easy to learn VB script code just by using Notepad. If you have Notepad, you can learn it. I will show how to do that one. Okay, so let us stop here. Yesterday I have taken some extra time from you yesterday. So let us stop that here and we will meet tomorrow. I will send you a recorded video material to everybody within 1 hour. Please check spam folder. If it is not there, just let me know.